My name is Debbie Laird. I'm the Executive Director of Agape Therapeutic Writing Resources located in Cicero, Indiana. At Agape, we serve people with disabilities, all types of disabilities, mental, physical, emotional. We serve children who are at risk. We serve people ranging in age from 4 to 74 years. At Agape, we use the horse as a moving catalyst to assist people who have special needs. It's that constant moving back and forth, the rhythm of the horse, that really assists people with muscle issues in their legs, in their trunk, in their lower back. That movement simulates those muscles as if the person were actually walking or running down a sidewalk. Currently, Agape serves students from several different schools, including Indianapolis Public School. We also serve students from the Indiana School for the Blind and Visually Disabled. We have programs available for older students from Options Charter School in Noblesville. We also serve private families. If a family has a student or a child who they would like to have therapeutic writing, they can contact us at 317-773-7433. We also have a website, www.agapewriting.org. Agape has different types of programs available. For private families, periodically children will work in the stable area, grooming and tacking horses, learning about the different grooming tools and techniques to be used. Then they will actually ride their horse for approximately 40 minutes in a heated indoor riding arena. With our school groups, we will break the program down into 3 different areas. They'll have a riding experience, an experience in the stable, and also an experience in our classroom where they're working on different art projects that correspond to the lessons learned in the other 2 areas.
I'm Guston, and I'm the principal of Options Charter School in Noblesville. Agape now for 2 years, and for the Options students that come over, it's a leadership training program. And the individuals who work here at Agape use the horses, and in a similar way to helping with the younger students, they help my students by training them on being sidewalkers. They show them how to groom the horses, how to handle the horses, how to appropriately interact with the students, younger students, when they come over. And we also try to connect that back to some leadership skills in understanding how to guide and lead a horse might apply to other areas of leadership when you're leading other people or being a student leader in a school. And a couple of weeks ago we were talking about, with the horses being so big, you can't really force them to do anything you don't want them to do. You just have to encourage them, show them what you want them to do, be clear in your communication with the horses, and then try to lead them down that right path. And we talked about how that's a very similar prospect to what goes on in the school and process that we use with our students.
My name is Lynn Bays, and I am a classroom teacher of the visually impaired at the Indiana School for the Blind and Visually Impaired in Indianapolis. Great privilege to bring children here for the past 8 years. And not only have I been bringing my classes, but with the help of Debbie and all of the wonderful, wonderful benefactors for Agape, we have been able to broaden our program and bring out additional kids each year for the last several years, which has been really, really, really wonderful for all of us. I have multi-handicapped children. Many of them are autistic, and anytime we're going into a new situation, that transition and that introduction and that just kind of TLC and kid glove kind of approach is sometimes necessary. And bringing kids out here to Agape, I know a lot of parents always worry, and they're always like, oh, my children are going to be around horses, and my children they have this disability and they have that disability, and I'm really worried, and will it be safe and will it be okay? And just to be able to say, you won't believe what a positive thing this is going to be for your child. And we have been working for the last several years with the Mega Skills program. And I always kind of tie the things that the kids gain to those mega skills, because as many kids as I've brought out here, there have been some who've been very courageous and others who have definitely not been courageous. So just the whole idea of getting on a horse or being next to a horse, especially as a visually impaired child, where really the horse is just what you feel right there next to you, and to think about the fact that there's, the size that is hard to describe and hard to explain to a visually impaired child. You have some control over something, which they do. I mean, they're very big about, saying whoa and saying walk on, even kids who are not verbal, I find are responsive when it comes time. Even if they're not able to make those words, they are at least making an attempt, and therefore exercising some control over what's happening to them and in their world. And I usually keep kids for 3 years, which means I get to start them off, and they're very unfamiliar with the whole situation, and it's really great to be able to see over time the growth that these kids experience, because ones who would take literally 5 full minutes to walk up the ramp before mounting the horse, at the end of their experience are able to go up without hesitation and are ready to get on the horse and are very confident and sure of themselves and what to expect and what their responsibilities will be.
Riley Henson, and I've been with Agape for a few months now, and I see it as a good experience to not only learn how to interact with different types of kids with different disabilities. I find it as a chance to be able to help someone else who is in need rather than think about yourself. And I think it's a chance to be able to show those kids that there are people there that will help them with their therapeutic time and whatnot, and will become their friend and make sure they feel safe and whatnot. And I think that everyone here is just great, and it's a really good experience, and I wouldn't give it up for anything in the world. And I feel very honored to be able to have the chance to be able to be here and be able to interact with the kids and the people.
My name's Judy Williams, and I'm a volunteer here at Agape, and I've been here about 1.5 years. And in the beginning, in my other life, I did raise horses, so I knew about horses, and I knew when I retired this was what I wanted to do. And so shortly after I retired is when I came up here the first time. And at first I did the horse side walking, which I really enjoyed a lot, but then I'm still wearing my knee brace. I blew out my knee last summer. So I'm still nursing that along, so I've switched over to the classroom, and I just really enjoy working with the kids. Giving them choices and letting them pick and getting glue all over you and just helping them do stuff is just really a cool thing. I like it almost better than the walking with the horses. The kids really just seem to love it, and they get to take home their projects, and they all they like it. They really like it.
Agape's programs would not be possible without the help of our many volunteers, and we use approximately 250 volunteers each week at Agape. There are 3 different ways that a person can volunteer. They can work with our horses as a side walker, they can work in our facility as a classroom assistant, or they can work on the grounds, perhaps if they enjoy gardening.